He's married. It's not mine. Paper, baby paper is my contraceptive. Me. Ever since I gave birth, baby, the horniness went outside the door. So hi guys, what's up? How you doing? Riri over here. If you're new here, karibu, and please do subscribe. And if you're my returning regular take two. And if you're my returning regular karibuni tena sana, my boo-boos, my honeys, my babies. I love you so much for coming. Thank you. And please do like the video if you like the topic. Here guys, today I'm giving you the tea. I'm giving you my own tea. So get your food ready because I'm about to destroy these chicken wings. These ones are homemade. I just made them right now myself. And yeah, I have special sauce that I've made, and Coca-Cola kinywaji. By the way, you guys, you're always telling me about Coke. You know what? If you didn't know, sugar is sugar. If you're taking sugar in your tea, it's still sugar. If you're taking starch, it's still going to be digested and becomes sugar. Sugar is everywhere, guys, not only in Coke. And yeah, this is my guilty pleasure. Like once in a while I treat myself to a Coke. I would rather take a Coke than tea with sugar. You get me? You feel me? Imagine paka fruits, even fruits, the sugar fruit is not. Anyway, that's a topic for another day. Leo tuko hapa uhondo yangu, si uhondo ya this. Today I'm giving you my own tea. Let me start digging in. So as the title suggests, I want to tell you guys how I got to be a single mom. And guys, this is by far the hardest thing I've ever done. Being fishy. I can cook quite well. Don't joke with me. I don't even know why I don't have a husband too. These men, what do they want? Anyway, guys, being a single mother is crazy. I know you have single dads. Shout out to them because it must be harder for them. And yeah, you know, most of you see me with paper. You never seen the dad. I know you'll be asking yourselves, where is the dad? And some actually have the audacity to ask me. So today I'm going to answer that question. Where is baby daddy at and why? His story ni mrefu. Naona ikiwa na 2 parts, but I don't know. Let me see how it goes. This is nice. So where do I start? Guys, and then most people mom shame their, like, when they see a single mom, they always come for her, you know, like why. Have you ever not thought like hakuna mtu anaweza kataka, no one would want their kid not to have a father, you know? Circumstances make it like that, you know? So society is really harsh to single women. Let me tell you that for sure.
Guys, let me tell you, at this point, the sweetness was too much for me to even remove one word from my mouth. You can see that I'm enjoying that chicken, guys. It was sweet. It was sweet, yeah. I had made it with some cornflakes, breadcrumbs for it to be crunchy and just sweet. Like that cornflakes did the thing, it brought the hoof. Ow, that chicken was sweet, 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 sweet. But you guys, I can eat, eh? Neza kula, eh? If you have a competition for eating, please holla at your girl. I'm always ready to eat.
Not joking. Everything is sweet. Okay, I need to start talking, man. Today I'm starting with water. I don't want to be full fast by this soda. Nataka kumaliza hii chakula yote. So guys, what I was telling you is we have several reasons to why people are single parents. Don't assume just someone is a single parent, they must be a hoe. No, it doesn't go like that. And by the way, why are you on to this single mother and they're there for their kid? You should be on to the person who has left their kid to be single parented. So if you're a single parent out there, kudos. Like, I respect to you, mad respect, because this takes a toll. Like, it takes a lot of energy. And yeah, don't worry, we are many. And yeah, I'm just telling my story just to, like, just for you guys to know me more better. And for the young ones, the people, not even for the young ones, even for the people who are feeling like they're behind, don't feel like that. Like, there's always that God's timing is the perfect timing. And sometimes as human beings, we're in a hurry. I don't know why we're in a hurry and where we're going to, but along that being in a hurry, we make mistakes that we make mistakes that will last you a lifetime. And I can advise you, wait for God's timing. Because for me, let me start my story. So let me take it back to 2021. Like, there is a desperate Rachel somewhere in Kenya. She's so desperate. She's over 18, no kids, no husband. She's wondering what's up. I was wondering what's happening to my life. I wasn't getting it. I wasn't okay with it. And I had pressure from right, left, and center. Oh, at least even get a kid. Those advices people give you. Get a kid, you'll get married on the way. Get a kid, sijui mtoto ana grow too. Get a kid, you're going to raise the kid together. Wapi? Where are these people? They're nowhere to be seen now. The most important part of this story is for you to remember that Rachel for 2020 was very desperate for a kid and a husband. she was very desperate for a kid and a husband, and she was just feeling like everyone is having it all for her, nothing. So I was feeling desperate, depressed, and all that shit together, you know. So I wasn't doing much in Nairobi, honestly speaking. The only thing I was doing in this Nairobi was to eat, and not to eat, to drink, and I used to party a lot, you know. And in 2020, I met this guy now. Because I had been praying for, you know, a miracle, for a man, when I was getting all the bad men in Nairobi. I was getting bad men and they were all married, and the most important part here is pia mujue, you guys should know prayers work. And when you're praying to God, you have to be very specific for what you're praying. Don't just pray. For me, I just was like God, just give me a man. And all the men came in that season. They were all married. And I remember, because of one time I said, maybe I'm tired of women cheating with my guys. Even me, I want to cheat on. I want to be the mistress. I don't want to be the main chick, you know. And God answers prayers. And that's what he used to give me. I became a mistress to men. They would lie to me. They are not married, but they were married. And this specific one in 2020, I've told that story before in my vlogmas, not last year, but one. That guy, you guys, that guy is from Nyanza, huko Waluo. Yeah? Gosh, guys, that guy, he blew my mind. And I actually thought, this is the guy God has sent me. I have been praying, blah, 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 blah. But guys, to my shock, this guy actually tulimit to hapa Kiza. We met in Kiza Club. It used to be my favorite joint those days. Right now, catch me dead going to the club. So that's where we met. Let me just give you a short preview of how we met. So for me, when we met, I was a bit tipsy because we met around 3 in the morning. That's when I entered Kiza from another club. This guy followed me. I wasn't my friend, but he followed me. He made sure. The first time he came and asked me for my number, and I was like, why am I giving you my number? You guys, whenever I'm drunk, I have ATT for days. I'm telling you. So this guy, I refused to give him my number. First of all, let me tell you guys, this guy, Hana Sura, he's not, I'm sorry to say, but face-wise, he's not blessed. But all the other things, he's been given a nice mouth, you know, he can talk to you. Ni ule wana tunasema anaweza katoa paka mpakwani ama paka wapi. Kiswahili, it's not my language, but sasa, guys, this guy, he had the mdomo, you know, he can get anything with his tongue, anything he wants, and his actions. And then he has this, I don't know, like, I just liked him. He's a likable person, and he was just, you know. Okay, now let me continue the story. Let me leave this guy alone. He's married. He's not mine. So I refused to give him the number. I continue with my life. I continue drinking and dancing. After continuing dancing and whatnot, my guy comes again, and I've left that area. I went to another area of the club. He came, and he actually made a joke. I don't even remember which joke he made, and I just laughed. So I told him, do this. I want to see where your efforts are at. If you will find me the third time, I will surely give you my number. I don't know, I was so drunk. I don't know if he moved just around there and then he came back or what, but I think he found us because we were moving up and down. When he found me and he was like, oh, excuse me, I found you the third time. I need that number. I was like, this guy's crazy. Let me just give him the number. And I'd already liked him. He's charming, you know. So I gave him the number, but I made sure I didn't give him the last number. So, and I left very fast. You know, it's crowded, what. So the guy, when he's going to save my number, no, actually I saved my number and the name, but I left the last digit because it was in the club. I couldn't shout to him. So he gave me his phone to enter, and then I saved. But I didn't put the last number. So this guy discovered, he went to dial it, but had already disappeared. So he noticed this girl has not given me a complete number. You know what this guy did? He looked for me the fourth time. I gave him the number. He was like, where? And he, why did you do that to me? Maybe bring that number here. I just laughed. I gave him the number. So guys, the next day in the morning he called me. He was like, where are you? Why do you sound like you're sleeping? Can you wake up and get ready? I want you to come to Hemingway's. So I went to Hemingway's, and this guy knew how to, you know, he's a law. He knows how to treat women. So you know what he did? When I got to Hemingway's, he made sure the doorman ndiye alinichukua akanipeleka juu. He took me up, and then they showed me where he was seated. Paka hapo akanipeleka, and I was like, okay, I'm feeling like a queen. This baby girl treatment is what I'm looking for in this damn Nairobi, and I can't get it. Nikasema nimeangukia. The prayers I've been praying, they're being answered by God. Himself. Hii kujua ni kuangukiwa, ninaangukiwa. Guys. Nairobi man. Chungana now. So for me, I immediately fell in love. You know, he knows how to get women because that's his work. That's what he does. So I came to find out that he has so many women. Gosh, this guy wanted to kill me, and the wife used to call me and go crazy on me and tell me, oh, sijui unafikiria tu ni wewe, you guys are many, sijui what. You know, now people start calling you like that and they're stressing you. Like, I had just hit rock bottom, and this guy, to make it worse, is that I couldn't leave him, you know. Mjulubeng was heavy, big, heavy, big, and I couldn't resist. Even if I knew he had a wife, guys, I couldn't resist him. He would make sure he calls me or comes to my house even if I don't pick his calls. When he comes to my house, I forget everything and I just, curl up. I just curl up into his big muscles. Guys, I had to run because I knew, Hapa, I'm not going anywhere with this guy. He's going to kill all of us, first of all, with that mangering everywhere. I wasn't going to have it. Like, hey, I'm not ready to die, I'm too young. Not yet, Lord. So I decided to, this is the end of 2020 now. When was it? Maybe October over there. I decided to go to Dubai. So when I went to Dubai, just to leave this guy, you know, I didn't want anything. I didn't want to be around here, and plus I wasn't doing anything in Kenya. I was just clubbing and all. So I was like, let me go look for a job in Dubai. Let me start over somewhere and I see how it goes. I'm that kind of a person, and I don't see something is suiting me. I just leave that place and I go start over. I love starting over a lot. Anyway, I went to Dubai, but now at that time I had a car and I was renting an apartment, and my things were in that apartment. So I was like, let me make it into an Airbnb. So I got someone to stay in that place actually for the 3 months till January. Actually, they were supposed to stay there till January, but a lot of shit happened and I had to come back. So when I went to Dubai, looking for a job was crazy, you know. When I went to Dubai, I actually thought life, hata sijaendelea kukula, yani the food is a lot. Whenever I'm talking, I don't know how come I can't eat and talk at the same time. Story kwangi tamu. Yeah. So when I went to Dubai, I actually thought life would be it would be easier, and I thought getting a job would be easy. When I got there, Mara, you're black. If you're black, salary is not the same, positions are not the same, the places you can't apply, age, so many things, you know. And there were so many people looking for jobs at that time, and a starting salary for a black person was just so kidogo. And I imagine I had rented a whole apartment, not a whole apartment, like a whole room, and it was going for a lot of money. But at least I had made my house in Nairobi and Airbnb, so I was getting some money. And while I was there, started looking for a job. I remember this day like it was yesterday. I will never forget this day. So it was Halloween. So I went there early, I think September. It was Halloween and it was my friend's birthday. And I wasn't feeling like going to the party. But she was like, just come. And it was a walking distance from my apartment where I was staying. So I was like, this girl has been good to me when I was in need in Dubai. So yeah, let me just go party. I wasn't in the mood at all because I was a bit stressed out and all, and I had already partied enough. Like I wasn't looking to party. So that night it was Halloween and P Square were performing. So at that particular club, that's why she said we go to that club. I remember, and it was ladies' night. When it's ladies' night, ladies used to drink for free. I don't know right now if Dubai is back to how it was, but at that time, if it's ladies' night, as long as you're smart, you'll enter and drink for free. Like the whole night, yeah. So that day, we went, actually got there very late, but I still managed to get drinks, and we got drunk. And while P Square was performing, we were all over the place. We were all over the club with my friends. But for me, I was not like my usual self. I was just chilled. So there's this guy who was just sitting next to us. Me, I hadn't even noticed him. He was a black guy, and the place was full of white guys, and I didn't notice him. I don't know why. So he noticed me, and he had been eyeing me this whole time, and I didn't know. So while I'm doing my shenanigans, he hollers at me, and I holler back. And after a few minutes, he was like, "Come, we take tequila." He just called me like this, and I'm tipsy and I'm happy. We are all happy. It's Halloween. We're having a good time. P Square just performed. We have drunk free alcohol. Let's go, let's go. Sasa kamud kameanza kuingia. So I went. We took tequilas, and then we were like, we had to go because clubs there close at 3, and I entered that club I think at 1 or something, or yeah, we didn't have a lot of time. So the next day in the morning, this guy called and was like, "How did you get home?" At this point, he can't talk a lot of English, so we're just communicating very like minimal, but he's also using the translator and all for English, but still his English is there. So he asked me to go to his place, and I refused. I was like, "No, I'm tired, I have hangover, I don't know what." I just gave him a lot of excuses. I'm looking for a job, I don't have time for this, blah 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 blah. And then I continued with life, and he used to call me like every day, but I give him excuses, of course. But there was this day he called me, and I was so stressed, and there was nobody to help me. I was so sick. I think that time is the time that actually discovered me. I caught corona in 2020. Corona was already there by 2020. And that time, yes, before I left Kenya, by the way, that is the time that China had, that it had now become when China started corona is when I left Nairobi. So when I got to Dubai that time, after a few days, I got sick. Now after the party, I got really sick, and this flu wasn't going, and it was so harsh on my throat, and I was just giving up. Like I was, on top of everything, I'm stressed. And then now sickness. I'm alone in Dubai. People in Dubai don't have time for you, by the way. If people in foreign countries, they don't have time for you. They're busy working. So nilikuwa peke yangu kabisa. So this guy calls me, and he was, he's a caring guy. He talks in a nice, caring way, Unajua tu West Africa. By the way, yeah, he's from West Africa. But at that time I didn't know anything about him. So he called me, and I sounded sick, and I told him I was sick and I wasn't feeling so good. And he was like, "Are you still eating junk food? KFC, McDonald's? Just come to my house, I'll cook for you some fish, and I have some medicine that you can take and feel better." So I was just like, what can I lose? I have nothing to lose. Let me just go and eat this West African food. I didn't have energy, guys. I was dying. I think that was corona for sure. That was corona, because gosh, I was so sick, guys. So when I got there, the first thing he did, when I got to his house, the first thing he did was to make me feel comfortable, and then he brought for me a medicine. So these Western Africans, they have this traditional medicine with them. These guys, they are doctors, traditional doctors. So he gave me something like astonish, like something, and he told me just to yes, till it finishes. So that's what I did, and he gave me some fish. Alipika vizuri. He cooked really well. You know, West Africans, they can cook. They will treat you nice. That's why Kenyan ladies like West Africans, you know. Mukikuyu huwezi mpata akipika. You cannot get a Kikuyu cooking for you. How? When? Kama nani? So I felt so taken care of, and then he told me just sleep for a few hours, you'll feel better, I'll just be here. So he was living in a nice house. He was actually living in a 2-bedroom apartment because he was working in Dubai, and he hadn't actually stayed in Dubai for long. Also, he was a newcomer also, and I was feeling like, oh, okay. And he was like, I understand how you're feeling, because you know, I'm also new. I've not stayed here for long, but at least for me, I have a job and have somewhere to stay. That's, you know, that's a plus. But yeah, don't worry. He really encouraged me, and then he told me to sleep, the medicine to work. So when I woke up, guys, nilikuwa nimepona kile kihoma. That flu had gone. It had gone. It had been sent back to the sender by the Oga traditional medicine. So, and this guy takes care of you like a kid. So he really made me feel loved, and that's how we started our connection. Hivyo ndio connection ilianza. Nikaenda tukakuwa mabeshte, and we started dating. I started going to his place once in a while, and then there was this time he disappeared again. Kumbe he had gone to Europe, but he hadn't told me. So when he went to Europe and came back, I also had to rush to Nairobi because there was something happening, crazy things happening in my life, guys, all at the same time. Remember I told you guys I had a car, and I had rented my apartment as an Airbnb. Now, what happened is, the person I left my keys for the car with, when you know, they start the car and put it off, you know, so that it doesn't like stop working, you know, movementation and all. This person, we just called this person X. X decided to give one of our caretakers my key. Why? I don't know. Secondly, that caretaker is the one who had also brought for me the person who was renting the Airbnb. And X was supposed to be picking the rent from the caretaker. But yeye anakuja paka nampatia ufunguo ya gari yangu. Rent she hasn't taken. The Airbnb money she didn't take. On top of it, she gives my car keys to this caretaker. So when I'm from my cadet there, I'm happy. I'm like saying, you know, things are becoming better. At least I've made friends with this man, and we started dating, and now my life, yani, he's encouraging me, just go out, look for a job, even if you don't get, go again tomorrow, again, you know. If you have someone to encourage you, it becomes easier. Shock on me. My friend calls me and she asks me, Rachel, now she was my neighbor at that time. She asked me, Rachel, where has your car gone? I can't see your car here. Your car is not in the parking lot. What? My car is not in the parking lot? That time I'm in Dubai, you guy, my guy. I'm in Dubai. Unasikia gari iko kwa parking. Iko wapi? Iko wapi? X, ule nimeachia najua hawezi ichukua drive. So gari iko wapi? X, ako job. X is at work. So I call X. and I asked X. X was at work, so X could not answer my calls till in the evening. I was going crazy. I'm going crazy. I don't know what happened to my car. And X is not picking up my call. So I called X later on, and we got to talk. And she was like, I don't know. Oh my God, I gave Siju the caretaker your key. Siju what? I don't know. Where is the car? Who has told you the car is not there? I'm like, the car is not there. Why did you give out my key? I trusted you with my key. How can you give my car key to a caretaker? Why did you do that? I was just in rage. I was angry. And this caretaker was a young man. And he was all over the place. Why would you give this guy my keys? The next thing I asked is, did you pick the rent? No. Why? He was like, she had said this guy has not paid yet. And I'm like, go ask the guy right now. Go ask the guy. Go see if the car is in the compound and do all that. Do something, please. So I'm in Dubai, I'm going crazy, and I'm just thinking, my car is gone. And when this ex went to the house, apparently he had already paid the rent for 2 months, and this guy had disappeared with my rent money, and he had disappeared with the car. I was in rage, guys. I was angry. Why would someone take my stuff and just give them out? I've told you, pick the rent, and you just left the rent there for this guy. I was angry, and I was like, maybe this ex didn't want to take care of my things, and that's why she was giving them out. So I decided to come back now in December, and it was also Christmas, and nothing really happens in Dubai during Christmas. So I wanted to come back and spend the time with my family. Also, being part of an excuse to come. Also, I was feeling tired of Dubai. So I came, and the person I was running away from is actually the person who came to pick me from the airport, the married guy. Guys, this guy, he had put a spell on me. Like, leaving him was so hard. But yeah, so I came back. The car thing was sorted. We got the car, but we never got back the money. The money for the apartment, we never got it back. Ye ilienda hivo. He ate all of it hivo. I thank God I got the car, and immediately I got the car, I sold it because I knew I wanted to go now and stay in Dubai. I wanted to go look for a job and all. Now this is the end of 2020. So the beginning of 2021, was it January or March? Feb? Around January, Feb, I went back again to Dubai. Now I know everything, what's happening, blah blah blah. And this guy had actually told me he was going to accommodate me. I didn't have to look for a house and all. He had offered to accommodate me, and he actually even paid my ticket back. So I went back, and after I went back, sooner did I land in Dubai, did the corona lockdown happen. So the lockdown happened when I had just arrived in Dubai, guys. Unfortunately, or is it fortunately? And remember, guys, I was not going to stay in my own house like before. I was staying in this guy's house. This is a very, very important part to note. I was under the mercy of this guy. And you know, when the lockdown happened, nobody was being told it when the flights will open, when what will happen. No, I was left in under the mercy of that guy. And all hotels were closing. I don't know, it was just crazy that time. And I don't even know why God allowed me to have just reached Dubai like this and then everything shut down. And I'm going to look for a job. Now I became a wife to somebody. I became a what? A wife by fire, by force. Yes, we are the ones who had corona babies because of the lockdown. We were gotten in different places. Some were found in the village, some were found in where, as we were locked down in Dubai. And Dubai is so expensive to survive there. So trust me, I was under the mercies of this guy. And he was a nice guy, I can't lie. He's a nice guy. He's a nice guy. We used to have a lot of fun and all that. And during lockdown is when you get to know, like, if in lockdown, if you didn't get to know the person you were with, you will never get to know them, because there was nothing else to do. There was just waking up, sleeping, waking up, sleeping, waking up, watching TV, sleeping, eating. That's the only thing we did. Even to go for walks, it wasn't allowed in Dubai. It was so crazy. So I got to notice some red flags. And by the time I was like deciding, no, I can't stay here. I went to the embassy of Kenya. I looked for a way out. I did everything, guys. And it reached a place where I just saw me and this guy weren't a match, and I needed to get out of there very fast. But you know what, guys? I managed to get a flight, and he paid my flight back to Nairobi. I managed to get a flight that the embassy had organized for Kenyans, and at that time you had to do quarantine. So when we reached the airport, they took us wakatupeleka quarantine. Mimi kwanza nikarushwa uko KMTC. They took us, all the people from Dubai and China. They took us to KMTC. Hey, so before I even left that place, this guy was asking me, why you in a hurry to leave? Just wait until the lockdown is finished and then you can go to your home, and then for me I can go back to Europe. So you guys, this is a person I've met in Dubai. And this lockdown happened, and everything happened so fast. And of course, you guys are living together. Protection will come out at some time. You can't be with someone over 3 months in a house and you're still using. For me, I actually trusted him, because in Dubai you can't get employed without getting tested for all STDs and all. And he was newly employed, so I knew he had gone through all those tests. So I was a bit okay with it. But now I wasn't on any contraceptive, and this guy was really trying to make me pregnant, because he always used to say, oh, I need a baby from you. So he always used to say, oh, I need a baby from you, blah 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 blah. These men kwanza who always tell you, oh, they need your baby. Those guys will not be there for the baby when the baby is born, for sure. This is usually a trap. Like, they just see you're having too much fun in your life and they want to trap you. Men are very evil, guys. My ladies, be very careful with men out here. They want to spoil your life. Like this guy, I feel like he wanted to spoil my life, because he saw like I was having fun, and I don't know, he just wanted to trap me. So when I got to Nairobi, I went for quarantine. But during this quarantine, the third day or the fourth day, I got really, really sick. Guys, I got sick. And I was like, kwani I've got corona. So we used to go for temperature checking every morning and take food, blah, blah, blah. Whenever I would go for the temperature, my temperature was normal. Not like someone who had corona. But when it came to eating the food that they were giving us at KMTC was so sweet. But that fourth day, I couldn't eat, and then I started vomiting. I was sure I had corona, but now the temperatures were saying otherwise. So the day for testing came. For me, I was sure I had it, and for me, of course, I was found negative. And like only 4 out of 100 and something were positive, so we were let go. When I went home, I continued being sick, so I was like, what's happening to me? Let me go to the hospital, because even my aunties were asking, why are you so sick? Yeah, go to the hospital and find out. So I went to the hospital. Pap, pap, pap. I told the doctor the symptoms, what it was like. When did you have your period? I was like, I don't even remember, but I was like, I can't remember. So I was actually just thinking, like, because of climate change, blah blah blah, maybe that's why my hormones are not balanced, and that's why I'm not getting my period. I never at one time thought I was pregnant, guys. So when he was like, let's do a pregnancy test. We did a pregnancy test and it was positive. And to check the months, it was already in the second trimester. Like, I was not second trimester, like first trimester ending over there. It was like 4 months, 12 weeks to be specific. He told me I was 12 weeks after doing the scan, and I was just like, oh God, what can I do? I've come back to Kenya pregnant with a man that I have only known for a few months, actually 3 months or something, and this man lives in Europe, and I can't go back because there are no flights. So when I told him, he was like, he knew I was pregnant, and that's why I was acting up like that. Maybe the kid has hated him. And you know the way they have traditions that they say when you're pregnant you might hate the person who has given you the pregnancy. But guys, this only came to make me learn, like, I learned so much from all this. Like, I'm here now, pregnant with this guy who is in Europe. I didn't know. Like, he wanted a baby, that's what he was saying. But when it came to taking care of it, it was something else. He's just, I can't say he's a co-parent. Like, I don't want to talk too much, but he's in Europe and we're here. And when I was praying for a baby, when after getting disappointed in Nairobi by so many men, I was tired. I started just praying for a baby. At some point I just started praying for a baby, and I even went to this clinic here in Nairobi hospital. What do they call it? A facility center. I wanted them to do for me, what do we call this? I even forgot the name, but they were like, sorry ma'am, we only help the people who have problem in conceiving, who look for a husband and conceive normal. We are not God. We are not here to replace God. because I wanted you IVF. And he was like, no, we don't do IVF just for anybody. Me, what was in my head, I wanted them to do, like, give me twins. And I just choose a sperm donor from their sperm bank, or something. But they really disappointed me and returned me back to my, like, they just told me to go. They're not God. And I am young. They were like, go look for a husband and do it naturally, girl. When they told me that, I went and I got desperate, and this is how I ended up being a single mother. Would I wish it for anyone? No, it is very hard. So when you're going to sleep around. Please, my little girls, my fellow older ladies who think it's time for them to get, just know single parenthood is very hard and it takes a lot from you. It is very challenging and you're gonna hate it. Don't try it. If you can, look for a partner. God wasn't crazy when he said parents had a mom and a dad. It's because of so many reasons. By the way, now after becoming a single mom, I know now a baby needs their dad. I feel bad I brought baby Pepper into this world the way I did, but do I regret having her? Never. She's the best thing that ever happened to me. Like, even right now, just from watching her videos, oh my god, my heart melts every time I look at her and I'm like, she's mine. She's mine. This baby is mine. But I haven't lost faith in love, and I'm not going to, like, put it off in my life. Like, I want to fall in love again, and I want to be married, and I want to have like a family, a man who supports me and I support him, and we have kids together. Whenever I look at Yummy Mommy now, who is Murugi Munyi, I always have hope because she tells of her story. Like, she was a single parent for a while and she got victory afterwards. Now she's married and they have additional 2 daughters. And whenever I see her, I know it's possible. Guys, if you're a single mom out there, just believe in yourself and know that being a single mom is not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world, and you have a whole life to live. You have to go out there, enjoy life, but now be wiser and do things wisely because you have someone who is dependent on you. And yeah, one time I'll come back here, guys, and tell you my victory story. I tell you I'm engaged. I invite you to my wedding. Yes, there are so many possibilities in this world. Don't ever lose hope, even if in the darkest of all. Like, everything happens for a reason, and everything has a way of happening. I don't know why I couldn't get pregnant in Nairobi. I had to go all the way to Dubai and get pregnant with a foreigner. And I don't know, it's God's plan. You might want to beat yourself about it, like, feel regrets, but those regrets will not help you. Work with what you have. You have a kid already, work with that. For me, I'm not giving up on anything. I want to be, like, guys, you'll be in this channel, we're gonna grow together. You will see me grow and you will see me manifest things, and they will come to pass. They will come to pass for sure. Most people think ni single mother, maisha yake imeisha. Mm-mm. Sio yangu, sio yangu. Mm-mm. You wait for that, guys. You wait. But otherwise, kids are blessing. How they come is up to God. You know, it's God's ways. But be wise before having a kid with anyone, before going to sleep with anyone. Right now, baby Pepper is my contraceptive. Me, ever since I gave birth, by the way, the horniness went outside the door. I'm no longer horny. I'm like, I know what sex can do. Can bring you a baby, and not only a baby. Imagine other people. You find out they're pregnant, they are sick, they don't have money, they don't have parents like me, they don't like this thing will be your contraception. Me, I cannot touch a man like this right now, especially without protection. Never. For me, let me not say never, but God help me. I don't want, unless I'm married to that person. I am keeping myself. Motherhood and single motherhood is tough. Mtu asikudanganya. Do not be lied to. If others can do, even me I can do. Yes, they did it, but they cry every day. Think twice. So I love you guys for watching. Please do subscribe and like.